Sub-A-Thons are dead. They used to be so popular and everyone was doing it. Now they're a thing of the past and no one really likes them anymore. But what if there was a new Thon? One that didn't cost anyone any money and it's Sonic themed. I was thinking about this one day on stream and then a Twitch viewer of mine named Mr_Nobody I2 said a magic word. Ring-A-Thon. It was then that I thought to myself, yes, that's it. That's the answer. Thanks to him, I got the title. But what about the concept? Well, I'm here to explain all the rules and the loopholes here. Here are the rules. Once you get X amount of rings, you have to do blank. Now, what you do is up to the streamer. For me, ThatSonicGamer, I chose the amount to be 100 rings, and I'm going to have my chat pick what Sonic game they want me to switch to. For me, it's gonna be like any Sonic game that has like a good amount of rings, you know, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun time. The second rule, and this again is up for debate. Stream can only end when you finish however many Sonic games the streamer chooses. And it doesn't have to be 100% complete. Just get to the end credits or something. Maybe like have a little bit more specific rules, because if you're playing Sonic and the Black Knight, the credits are gonna pop up real fast, real quick. You know how that goes. You know how it goes. Third rule, no money involved. Sub-A-Thons require people to cough up that dough, you know, get that money. Ring-A-Thons, they're free. No money guaranteed, all right? I want that to be a big staple of a rule. No editing that one, because one of the reasons why I hate Sub-A-Thons and why Sub-A-Thons probably just fell out of existence is because no one wants to spend money on people all the time, okay? We live in some tough, trying times, all right? I just want to make sure that people can just come to my streams, hang out. Yeah, there might be an ad or two, but you know, I try to play around those. Just have fun, you know, like just have a good time. Just have a good time. So any streamer can do it with any rule set as long as the base rules are followed. Collect X amount of rings, could be any number of rings you want, but for this video, I'll be treating 100 rings as the example amount. The stream can only end when you finish however many Sonic games. For me, it's gonna be only one. Only gonna do one Sonic game, because I know my community, they will extend the stream as much as they want. Oh boy. So here are some loopholes. What if you get 100 rings in a stage, lose your rings, and then get another 100 rings? So would that be 200 rings? No, it's still just 100 rings. As long as your ring counter hits 100 rings and you finish the stage, then you qualify for whatever wacky result you came up with for your stream. For example, if I collected 100 rings, lost them, but then gained 100 again before completing the stream, my chat would still only get to pick one Sonic game for me to switch to. It's not going to be two switches in one, you know, switch. What if you get 100 rings, lose them, and then complete the stage? Well, as long as that ring counter gets to 100 once at any point before stage completion, it counts. Alright, cool, great. But what if you get 50 rings, lose them, then get another 50, because technically you collected 100 rings? You know what I got to say to that? Every streamer's different, so it's up to them. While it's hard to keep track of the rings like that, it'll be worth it if you have a wild condition. For me and my chat, which is chat choose the next game condition, I would be switching games like crazy if I did this rule. So it's up to you. If you want it to be only when the ring counter gets to 100, or if it's rings overall throughout the stage, be my guest. But just keep in mind that you're gonna have to keep track of all those rings, all right? It's not that easy when you're going through at Sonic speed, all right? It's kind of difficult. But what about rings throughout the whole game? Like what if you got 50 rings at Green Hill Zone Act 1, and then 50 rings at Green Hill Zone Act 2? Again, that would be up to the streamer. They can make it so every time they get 100 rings in a whole game, then that fulfills their condition. But that's really hard to keep track of. I'm using 50 rings as the example, but like think about it like this. What if it's like 22 rings and then the streamer got 12 more rings, and then the streamer got 50 rings, and then they got 78 rings? Yeah, I probably just lost like a lot of you with that one, all right? Like, let's keep things simple. Keep it simple for yourselves. Again, unless you're like a freaking god, all right? And you can keep track of all these things. Go right ahead, but like make life a little easier for yourself. Something to note is that not all streamers are pro gamers. So if they want, they could lower the amount of rings needed to fulfill their condition, or they can even raise the amount of rings. I know when my chat and I were discussing this, Sonic Unleashed came to mind, and the minimum of 1,000 rings also came to mind. I was like, no, we're not doing that. This replacement for a Sub-A-Thon has all the freedoms that someone could have. Just remember the baseline rule that every time you collect X amount of rings, do whatever X thing you come up with. I hope to see a lot of Sonic streamers do this and just have tons of fun with it. I know I will, especially very soon because I just finished my 326 paths for Shadow the Hedgehog, so I'm gonna do a little Ring-A-Thon myself and see how it goes. So make sure you stop by to my streams over on Twitch and YouTube. It's gonna be pretty good. I hope to see a lot of Sonic streamers do this and just have tons of fun with it. I know I will. It feels great to come up with new ways to play Sonic games and give myself a little challenge with them, but again, couldn't have thought of this without Mr._Nobody_I2. Thanks very much, dude. Appreciate the idea. I really am excited to do this, and I just want to say something real quick. Sub-A-Thons, they were fun while they lasted, but like, no one likes them anymore. I asked my chat about them, and they're all like, no, they suck, too expensive, and I'm like, man, but thons themselves are a neat idea. So it's like, doing this Ring-A-Thon, I just felt like it was like a nice change of pace, and honestly, with the right community, this thing can last a very long time, alright? I get 100 rings in Sonic Adventure 2, now chat tells me to boot up Sonic Adventure 1, alright, 100 rings there, now I boot up Sonic Mania, 100 rings there, let's boot up freaking Sonic Riders. It's gonna be fun, guys, it's gonna be fun, and I cannot stop the stream until I finish a game. Just one game is all it takes. I'll catch you all next time. Stay blue and have an S-Ring day. See ya.
He collects how many? Wow, where does somebody put all those gold rings? You know what? I don't know. I keep forgetting to ask.